guys, Chris Cooper here from Two Brain Business, and today I'm going to talk about actually getting stuff done. If you're like me, you like reading books about business, you like acquiring knowledge from podcasts and YouTube and videos just like this one, but the reality is that knowledge is not enough to solve your problems. You've got to take action. Early on, I was learning a ton of stuff from my new mentor. I was reading or listening to an audiobook like an hour every single day, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I was months into doing this, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. My business isn't actually changing. I'm still driving in the dark to work, driving in the dark home from work. I'm not making any more money. I'm not getting any more sleep. What the hell? And so I adopted this practice and some other habits that have really helped me move my business forward and grow from a failing gym to now a multinational, massive mentorship platform with over 50 staff worldwide. And I teach this to them. Today, I want to teach it to you. So the first general rule that I have is that every day, before I do anything else, I do one thing to grow my business. So before I coach a class, before I shower, before I eat breakfast, I grab a quick cup of coffee and I sit down and I do one thing to grow my business. What is that thing? Well, sometimes it's writing a blog about fitness. Sometimes it's emailing past members to check in on them. Sometimes it's making a really great Facebook post, or sometimes it's even recording a podcast. Most mornings, you can find me sitting on my couch with my laptop before 5 a.m. doing one thing to grow my business. There are hundreds of other things that you can do, and a mentor can tell you exactly what you can get done in 30 minutes or less today that will actually help you grow your business. So what I would do is I would come into my gym 30 minutes earlier, like 4:30 a.m. I hate to even say that. I wouldn't even turn on the lights. I'd sit at my laptop and I would send out that email, or I would send a text message, or I would write my newsletter, or I would produce a short video. A lot of what I was doing was media, but I would also sometimes write an SOP or finalize our staff handbook, or send a message to some of our coaches, or work on our schedule, or process our billing, or catch up to people who had failed their billing. Every day, one thing to grow my business before I did anything else. That was my rule in 2009. It's still my rule today. And that's how I've grown my gym, my other businesses, and Two Brain Business to be massive companies. Now I want to talk to you about how I hold myself accountable for doing the things that actually matter. Like you, it is very easy to get drawn into urgent tasks. So these could be like, the vacuum cleaner needs a new bag, or we need more cleaning solution for the bathrooms. It's easy to get sucked into that. That can take up your whole day. And at the end of the day, you can look back at like 14 hours of busyness and realize that your gym hasn't even grown. So what I actually want you to do is use two different apps that I've started using. The first is called Streaks. It's free. You can download it. And what I want you to do there is just track your progress. So the first habit that I want you to add to Streaks is one thing to grow my business today. You want to add that to your Streaks for Monday through Friday. Add Saturday in there if you can do it. Take Sunday off for thinking. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're going to add, did I move today? Did I exercise? And how intensely you do that is up to you. Some gym owners can manage to like train for the CrossFit Games or a triathlon while they're actually growing their business. But if your workouts are interfering with your business growth, meaning that you're running out of time during the day, cut back on your workouts for 6 weeks, add 30 more minutes to growing your business, and you'll create a better life that'll let you train more later. Okay, so the Streaks app is the second one. The third one that I want you to add is called WinStreak. Similar name to the last one. This is, I believe, Dan Sullivan's app. And what you're going to do at the end of every day is track your progress. It's really important, especially when you're in the grind and you're not where you want to be. You see other gym owners doing better than you, or you're watching like their Instagram posts and you're reading all this advice. It's really important for you, almost more important than anything else, to see your own progress. WinStreak is a free app. At the end of every day, you're going to record 3 wins for that day, and then you're going to project 3 wins for tomorrow. This does 2 things. Number 1, it lets you see your progress, keep momentum, keep motivation up. But number 2, it gives you a plan for what to do the next morning. The worst thing that can happen is you get up half an hour earlier, or you push your work back a half an hour, or you delay breakfast. You sit at your laptop and you think, what do I do? And then you just go on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and you waste that half hour. You're not more productive. the best thing that you can do is give yourself a really simple to-do list, one really simple thing to do the next morning so that you can get a running start. Hemingway used to stop writing at the end of the day in the middle of a sentence so that the next morning all he had to do was finish the sentence, and that was enough to give him a head start. You're doing the same thing by just projecting a couple of wins that you're going to accomplish first thing the next morning. You don't have to use a half an hour. You can use 10 minutes if that's all it takes to get an email out to your members. You can use an hour if you have to build out like a plan for doing more events. You can use that half hour to partially complete a project, like maybe you're planning for the Intramural Open, or you can use that half hour to completely do one thing that's going to grow your business. So those are the two apps that I use every day. There is one more. So as I was starting to get into this habit of doing one thing every day to grow my business before I did anything else, I realized the value of momentum, seeing the work that I had done. And I learned this because as a kid working on a farm, I would stack firewood or I would stack hay bales or other work. And we'd be able to like look back and see the work that we had accomplished so far. And that kept us encouraged enough to finish the job. Maybe you get this same feeling from like doing laundry or mowing the lawn or washing dishes. You can look at the done pile, and that's really important to keep you going. So what I want you to do is keep a done list of things that you've actually completed already for the day that you can look back on at the end of the day and say, yeah, I did all that stuff. For me, because I'm publishing so much media, one of the ways that I do that is I use a web app called 750words.com. So you can just go to 750words.com. You can sign up for free, or you can have the paid version of like $4 per month. And what that tracks is how much output you're creating. So if you're struggling to produce media, you can just start by using 750words.com. Make sure that you're typing 750 words every day. If you're better at speaking or doing video, record it and just pop the transcript into 750 words. And what you'll see is this like really rudimentary scoreboard. Are you producing enough media or not? And it'll track that over time. I think my best streak was just over a year of producing at least 3 pages of content every single day. These are the things that keep me going. Of course, my days are busy. Of course, I have lots of meetings. Of course, I get sidetracked. Of course, I'm tempted to skip workouts. And of course, there are days when I feel like, I didn't actually grow my business today. I just worked. But using these apps helps me see that I am making progress over time. And I'll tell you, over time, these things can really compound. So I hope this helps you. These are my habits in the morning and the apps that I use to track my progress. They're all simple. They're all usually free, and they can help you make progress in your gym too.